Houston is a sprawling city in southeastern Texas. With a land area of over 600 square miles, it is the fourth largest city in the United States and one of the most diverse. With a population of over 2.3 million people, the city is known for its robust economy, thriving art scene, and diverse cultural offerings. However, Houston is also susceptible to natural hazards, particularly flooding. Houston is situated on the Gulf Coastal Plain, a low-lying area prone to flooding. The city is also crisscrossed by numerous bayous, rivers, and streams, which can quickly overflow during heavy rains. This, coupled with the city's flat topography and inadequate drainage systems, makes it particularly vulnerable to flooding. As a result, Houston has experienced numerous floods over the years, with some of the most catastrophic occurring recently.
What is a flood? A flood is an overwhelming amount of water onto a piece of land that is typically dry. There are many causes of floods, but the type that affects Houston the most is an intense amount of rainfall. A flood can occur in minutes, resulting in heavy and costly damage.
The most affected population in Houston's flooding dilemma are those who live in low-lying areas and flood-prone zones. These areas are typically populated by low-income communities, people of color, and immigrants. These communities often lack the resources to effectively prepare for and respond to floods, which exacerbates the impact of flooding on their health, livelihoods, and overall well-being.
Meteorologically, the impacts of rainfall are an uncertainty during tropical cyclone events and more recent heavy downpours. Hurricane Harvey and Tropical Storm Allison are prime examples of the devastating effect of tropical cyclones. Natural causes and changes to atmospheric circulation patterns or the anthropogenic factor of climate change contribute to these. Utilizing an early warning system permits utilization of smartphones to better warn Houstonians. Our proposal can improve upon the current avenues of flood information, which are currently news updates on city media websites. This adaptation to the current system will allow for Houstonians to be in the know of their immediate hazards to their communities. News outlets, NOAA, and the National Weather Service are all currently available to Houstonians for early warning. Here's an example of the current warning system available
From
to
the
these
first
subjects.
recorded year in 1851 to 2022, there have been 66 hurricanes to make landfall in Texas, with every six hurricane having impacts in Houston and other surrounding towns. The impacts of these hurricanes and tropical storms are only increasing with the looming issue of climate change. A future impact that is stalled due to atmospheric conditions could result in heavier damages and loss of life than infamous storms such as Hurricane Harvey in 2017 and Tropical Storm Allison in 2001.
This early warning system will consist of several buoys in the Gulf equipped with barometric and atmospheric sensors. The data received from these sensors can be used to help predict incoming storms. This data will be sent out to people's phones to alert them of any dangers in their area, much like a storm warning on your weather app.
Watch this video to see just how quickly water levels can rise in as little as 30 minutes. Imagine the effects this could have on someone unprepared for such a rapid increase in water levels. Hurricane Harvey and Tropical Storm Allison have been two of the most notable storms to stall over Texas, and the devastation that came as a result is clear. Tropical Storm Allison dropped 40 inches of rain over Texas, while Hurricane Harvey dropped almost 5 feet. Each storm resulted in over 50 deaths, and combined to cost the state $138 billion in damages. Texas needs a way to be able to respond to such tragedies and prepare its residents for all the dangers that such immense
The
floods
reason
can
that
bring.
tropical cyclone events are considered a major threat to the city of Houston is due to its proximity to the Gulf of Mexico. The humid Gulf waters are a zone for tropical cyclone activity to begin and intensify with temperatures consistently within the threshold of development. This ability to develop is one way that the city of Houston is impacted by crippling rainfall. Heavy rain events brought by frontal passages, inflow of Gulf moisture, and tropical cyclone events kindled with inadequate drainage and warning systems can bring an incredible amount of rain in a short amount of time.
So why exactly should we implement an early warning system? First of all, a changing environment leads to higher flood risk. Our environment is constantly changing, with warmer atmospheres leading to intenser flood risk, sea level rising, and more violent coastal storms. Implementing a system that provides the citizens of Houston with lead time to prepare and protect themselves is beneficial as we work through these dramatic changes to our environment. Secondly, flash floods are difficult to predict. Through the use of an early warning system, you are keeping the community informed as to what will or will not happen. This permits individuals to install any necessary action to be made, including a potential backup plan. And third, an early warning system will provide dependable and reliable data. This will give the community live updates as to what should be expected, including timestamps, data of the amount of rainfall coming down, and/or any predictions.
The most important factor of any mitigation tactic is it feasible? There are already various warning systems in effect in Houston, such as the one mentioned earlier in the presentation, and Rice's first flood alert system. However, many of these only provide data as they happen and only give specific data to areas of importance, such as hospitals, nursing homes, and fire stations. Our early warning system aims to give all residents in the Houston area an accurate estimate of what is to come, allowing them to plan accordingly and make informed decisions. This way, no one is left in the dark, and less people have to wait until the storm actually hits to make a decision. Our system will provide this information using smartphone alerts that will update people with information relating to the amount of rain measured by our sensors off the coast, to how people in the Houston area can expect this rain to affect their communities. Our system provides need-to-know information for all of Houston, so everyone can have the resources to be prepared. A major negative about this system comes from the reliance on smartphones. While alerts through smartphones reaches most of the population, smartphone technology may not be available for the poor or impoverished, as well as older people who are less familiar with the technology. Additionally, Houston's size may make it hard to reach everyone in a reasonable time. Its vast size allows for a large margin of error in estimating rainfall, as some regions may be more susceptible to flooding than others. Finally, this technology will inevitably require a notable amount of money to be made reliable and to reach the entirety of Houston.